1122 to Kenny.
8300. 8362, 28 to a vehicle, 900 North Main parking lot of Kmart.
Now as that takes me a stroll.
Yay. Without further ado, I'm right back too. And with everything going on, all the craziness and obviously abundant amount of shit to worry about. And I spoke on Biden and black people, how foolish the black community were to take to Biden over Trump out of what I believe was really like a lot of fear-mongering tactics. And another part of that was Kamala Harris. That was a big thing, or like a big selling point to get black people to buy into this idea of Biden over Trump. And it was just a big thing, despite her record. And, you know, it was just a big thing where, you know, black people, black women especially, was like, you know, they're made to believe that somehow that this woman is a figurehead or something that stands for all black women and all black women's potential. And I said it over a year ago when their bullshit campaign started. And it's more evident now that she was just a token. She hasn't really stood on her own in any form like any other vice president has since the election. She has pretty much disappeared. Pretty much used for what she was needed for, which was to make it to appeal to a minority group. And then that's it. And then Biden's just been off to the races, fucking up the country ever since he was sworn in. He actually started before he was even sworn in. But, you know, I'll hold him accountable from when he was sworn in. And, yeah, so, even with this new shit that's going on with Afghanistan, he's still absent, and a lot of people may feel that that's maybe by design or whatever, but I don't know. I'll play a clip for you guys so you guys can kind of see, you know, where you guys' favorite station, Fox, lies on this.
As the Biden administration fields bipartisan blowback from their botched Afghanistan withdrawal, one fact remains. Vice President Kamala Harris has all but disappeared from public view. The second in command, who bragged about being the last person in the room, has hardly commented on the crisis, and that may be on purpose. Fox News contributor Joe Concha labeling Kamala Harris as the absentee VP by design, saying this, quote, "Since Harris took office, she has yet to hold even one formal solo press conference. Not one. And it's also been weeks since Harris sat down for a one-on-one interview. There's a reason for that." Greg, is
And what'd I say? What was the point? There was no reason to vote for this ticket anyways, but just what was the fucking point? I mean, he has been pretty absent. All that rah-rah shit that inspired black women, where is it at? Where's y'all return? That's the thing with black people, is we're quick to fall into narratives and all that, and we don't even ask for a return. What has this administration even alluded to doing that makes you feel like somehow we're going in the right direction now?
Kamala Harris a liability for the Biden administration, or are they a liability to her future political career at this point?
I have a theory, but first I want to let everybody know that on Gutfeld tonight, we'll be doing an in-depth investigation.
Yo. Not even a year ago. You see, this is what I'm talking about. That would have never been a question. Now, is she a liability to Biden? Is the first question. That's, like, man, I'm telling you, black people, we always end up played in these scenarios, and when it comes to politics.
Into her whereabouts, just a key hint, we haven't found her. So, but there'll be lots of new breaking information.
Where's Waldo?
Yeah, exactly. She went from the star pupil, to the weird aunt you keep in the attic. She went, it's an amazing transition, and it is so fast. Voted basically.
You said it right. Well, it's an amazing transition. Some of the terminology they kind of using on this show. They're supposed to be black woman, but I don't know.
Basically, most likely to be president, she could barely get free Wi-Fi at Arby's. So I don't know. Okay, my theory. Where's my theory? I have a theory I wrote down here. Okay, here's my theory. The administration got bad so fast, keeping her hidden is preferable so she doesn't get smeared by Joe's failures. So she's behind the glass like an axe. So they're just waiting for the right time to break the glass and take her out. And we really don't know how bad she is, but the Democrats are gonna assume it can't be any worse than this. That's my theory. No?
No, I like your theory. I have a feeling I know when they're going to break that glass. When they're going to pull her out. When racial politics make their way back to the forefront of the national conversation. If I'm Kamala Harris right now, I'm extremely offended because you have been used. They used you to pander to a voting base to get votes. They had a minority, they had a woman, and now that they don't need her, they have shelved her because her approval rating is -19. It's clear that whenever she's out front, she does hurt. She is a liability to the administration. But if I'm Kamala Harris, I'm saying, well, I wasn't a liability for you, Joe, I guess, when you needed to get elected. So I think Kamala has a right.
That one. And it's also been weeks since Harris sat down for a one-on-one interview.
Well, yeah, just like I was saying. Dean came, and he hit it right on the head. And now for it to even be a question, that's wild. Wow.
Because her approval rating is -19. It's clear that whenever she's out front, she does hurt. She is a liability to the administration. But if I'm Kamala Harris, I'm saying, well, I wasn't a liability for you, Joe, I guess, when you needed to get elected. So I think Kamala has a right to be very, very upset. But the Biden administration's in a very tough position. Do we admit that we used Kamala to get elected, or do we run her back out and hurt our numbers the way hers have plummeted?
Until the anger and rage over this Afghanistan withdrawal fades, hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully the American people will remember. They've got to keep her hidden because she's clearly not very good on her feet. With Lester Holt, I haven't been to Europe, and when she cut off the female journalist, she's not a good enough liar. She can't tap dance around this disaster.
Like, see that? Like, they're dragging her now. Well, yo, like, man, that's wild. It went from, I mean, boy, he hit it on the head. He was like, do these do they admit that they used her? And they did. Like, I mean, I try to tell black people, don't fall for the shit. You can't tell black people. Black people are so easily swayed by narrative and the appearance of shit. Like, we easy. They'll continue playing us forever. He said it on the fucking head. Used. And now that we're into this shit, this motherfucker's been ruining the country, fucking up the entire world. And that's just where we're at.
Well enough to put her out there in public, my opinion, Waldo.
I think that you remember, and you have to remember, her historic significance. Black woman, first South Asian, first woman in the White House. Remember that, and remember the burden that she carries, and remember how she was so misused on the southern border. They sent her to Guatemala. They totally dictated her movements, and she took the fall for it. Now she is so negatively perceived. Now her popularity, I read, was 34%. So that's extraordinarily low for someone so historic who was supposed to prop up old Joe. So I think that what this is now is a pragmatic, ruthlessly pragmatic decision. Keep her on the low down right now. When the time comes, if it is about race, you can always bring her back.
But she proved that she can't handle herself in those interviews.
Well,
Shannon,
well,
again, she's got the crown on her head. I'm not making, but she's got to keep it there, and she stepped on it.
Yeah, but think about this. I think Will has a great point. She was a great fit for this ticket. Obviously, checked some serious boxes, and it was exciting. It was historic for a lot of people. But remember, during the primaries, she never caught on fire. She wasn't great in the primary debates. She wasn't polling well. She couldn't raise money. She had to drop out. So while she was a good fit on the ticket, whether she can be a good leader.
The nerve of these motherfuckers to be talking this shit now. But I don't know. Got you niggas to fall for it, and now here we are facing probably new world fucking order. But all right.
Manage things well is a totally different question. And so far, she's gotten the worst assignment, which is the border. And so that's going to be a difficult thing for any vice president because it's an unsolvable problem. She's probably going to be a professional tiebreaker, given what's going on in the Senate. That's what she's going to do in Washington is go up there and break ties whenever it matters. But it's not like she showed during the primary process that the American people loved what she had to say substantively or that she was up to taking that next step.
Well, did you have something you want to say?
No, I was just going to say I miss her laugh.
What?
It was always brighten my day whenever she would laugh.
So is it not your ringtone?
Yes, it is. It is. But I keep thinking, do you guys watch Storage Wars? I keep thinking that I'm going to watch an episode and they're going to open up a container and she's going to leap out.
That shows how kinky you are that you watch Storage Wars.
Well, you never know what you
think
find.
the vice president's hiding in there.
Yes.
Jump out.
No, that's not kinky. 90 Day Fiance.
That motherfucker got jokes.
Exactly.
Naked and afraid.
Naked.
And the show, too.
No, it's naked and scared is how we say it.
That's our version.
Greg, good.
This bitch here.
Oh my God!
For you, Joe, I guess, when you need to get elected. So I think Kamala has a right to be very, very upset, but the Biden administration's in a very tough position.
Man.
Do we admit that we used Kamala to get elected, or do we run
That's
her
the
back
point
out?
right there. I'll wrap up this video.
What?
It was always brighten my day
I
whenever
thought it was
she
your
would laugh.
ringtone.
So
Is it not your ringtone?
Yes, it is. It is. But I keep thinking, do you guys watch Storage Wars? I keep thinking that I'm going to watch an episode and they're going to open up a container and she's going to leap out.
That shows how kinky you are that you watch Storage Wars.
Well, you never know what you
think
find.
the vice president's hiding in there.
Yes.
Jump out.
No, that's not kinky. 90 Day Fiance is kinky.
Oh,
Geraldo.
don't even get me started.
Yeah,
on that one.
exactly.
Naked and afraid.
Naked.
And the show, too.
No, it's naked and scared is how we say it.
That's our version.
Greg Gutfeld.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe.
Man. She had to go with the Southern. I don't know. I just felt that might have been a little bit of a racist jab, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little too hypersensitive, but I don't know. Let me know what the hell y'all think, man. I told y'all niggas, do not fall for this shit. The verdict is still out on if this bitch is even really black. She was a token. They haven't given a fuck about her, haven't propped her up, haven't used her position or her whole sell on the ticket to try to make it look like they're at least trying to present some more optimistic, racially equal country. None of that. Just a motherfucking token. And you niggas keep falling for it. Every time. And yeah, did the devil horns, because yeah, that bitch was a devil. There was no reason we gotta stop jumping at every opportunity. Let me see how I want to say this. I don't know, we gotta stop being so quick to think that as black people, we gotta stop being so quick to think that as black people that we just automatically owe our support just because somebody is black, or in some cases like this, just not white. So then that way, people should have to prove themselves. And we see this repeatedly in society. Like with Sha'Carri, countless others. Black people so quick to just blindly support. And then we're the one that ends up with the pie in our face. But yeah, let me know what y'all take is on it. I've been me. Like and subscribe is free. And hit the notification bell so y'all know when I'm on here talking my shit. And yeah, till next time.